Alright. Now things can be okay from here on out. It may be a little flawed, but it'll be alright from here on out. Oh boy. Ooh, lordy. Lordy Lou. Now, Mr. Nito, you can give me your side of the incident. Wait a minute. Taking a deep breath, I reiterate what Olivia and I had told our former art teacher back when he had saved us from the blonde bitch currently glaring daggers at me. From the moment Mia took Olivia away, to finding them in the classroom, to when she slapped herself in the face with a glitter-covered poster. However, I decided to stretch the truth about why Mia was in the classroom with Olivia, and only mention that she was harassing her. Last thing Olivia needs is to be interviewed about her own involvement in all this. I did my best to remain collected, but recalling everything that happened reminds me of how Idekin had always tried to look out for us. My throat dried out as I continued on in spite of my faltering voice. By the time I finally get to the end, I sound more like a squeaking hinge than a person. Mr. Nito. Principal Scalar's voice brought me back from my... Mr. Nito. Principal Scalar's voice brought me back from my memories and into the room. Mia was sneering at me. Ben's brows were knitted together in worry. And the principal... Thank you, that's all I needed to hear. She moves from around her desk the sheets of paper She moves around from her desk the sheets of paper she had been looking over in her hands once more. The principal stands directly in front of us now with an unreadable expression. In addition to the report itself, our Nidekin left behind his account of what happened. In it, he describes Mia's actions as openly hostile and intentional. Actions that were only interrupted once he used. Scalar sighs in astonishment. Oh boy. Ugh. Once he used the estrus taser. However, it seems Idekin left some things out of his report. There's no motive for anything that happened, no matter who was at fault. I'm not sure why he'd leave something like that out, but as it stands, there are far too many unknowns here for my liking. Now, I would like to give the benefit of the doubt, especially at a time like this, but given the extent of the destruction and the previous... She's struggling, ma'am. Wait, what? And the previous... She's struggling, ma'am. Besides, making a big deal of this during an audit isn't going to look good for the school. I'm finding it hard to believe your intentions here are completely professional, Mr. McNatt. He freezes like a deer in the headlights. Scalar grumbles to herself, placing a hand on her head while we all await the verdict. I feel bad for her. Between the mountains of paperwork and half-dozen mugs on her desk, it's easy to tell she's overworked. It would bring me no greater relief than to have you expelled and out of my hands. Unfortunately, I don't have the time or the energy to deal with this. Mia, you're suspended for 3 days, and I'm marking your record again. Now, if you three don't mind, leave my office and leave me be. Oh, she doesn't even look up at any of us. I turn towards Ben, who looks both scared and relieved. And Mia, who looks positively overjoyed. She practically skips out of the office without another word, leaving both Ben and I to stare blankly for a few seconds. Another glare from Scalar sends us both out of the room on instinct. Seriously? That's it? Oh. It hits me all at once. She just gets to walk away. After everything she did to Olivia, she gets the equivalent of a slap on the wrist. I watch as Mia happily strolls off down the hall a good distance ahead. That... Inko? You okay? Am I okay? Am I okay? Ben, what the hell are you thinking? On top of everything else, between our teacher dying and what Olivia's going through, could this not have fucking waited? Look. Oh, Olivia. Is she alright? She crashed her wheelchair. She's stuck at home. She can barely leave her room, let alone the house. And you're over here playing games with interpersonal drama like a schoolchild. Ingo, I'm sorry. Are you? Because here you are dragging me halfway across the school so that crazy bitch can use me as a scapegoat when I just want to go home. And you're helping her by being her fucking lawyer. Holy shit, dude, I used to have respect for you. God, he's mad. God, he's pissed. Look, it's not like that. Then how is it? How was it? Oh, good for you. It's hard to explain. You know what? I'm already drained. I don't have the energy to spend on this. Inko, nobody's actually in trouble. It's fine. My withering glare does its job as Ben reluctantly backs down. Look, man, it's just for the best. For you, for Olivia, for the school. I can't believe this. Now I know why Olivia hates you. I feel a cruel satisfaction as my words lash at Ben, his face growing more distraught. Get your shit together, man. Ugh, fuck. Poor old Ben. Oh. I turn to leave and get away from everything. Inko, please. You don't understand. Yeah, I really don't. Last time, Inko was blowing the heck up at Ben. Good Lord. Inko, please, you don't understand. Yeah, I really don't. Just listen to me, okay? No. Damn. With nothing else left to say, I leave without bothering to look back. By now it's about lunchtime, meaning I can hang out with Damien and Liz. Definitely needed after all this. With a deep, calming breath, the butterflies finally start slowing down and I'm able to push the door open. and see blackness. Olivia? The room is extremely dark. The only source of light is coming in from the entryway. I have to take my sunglasses off in an attempt to see through the darkness better. Olivia? What the heck happened in here? Why is it so dark? I make out Olivia's shape in her bed. No reason. Just been playing games all day in the dark. Thought it'd be fun. Well, I'm turning on the light. No, don't. You'll ruin it. The room flickers to life. Olivia's bed has been rearranged into a nest of blankets with her in the middle. Just making sure I'm not crazy. Yeah, okay. She lies curled on her side in a multitude of old sketchbooks and loose papers piled around her. Okay, just reset. Quite the setup. Hi. Well, that's cute. But how did it get so dark? Olivia weakly shields herself under her covers. Is this paint? Olivia, did you paint over your window? Yes, I did. And I'm proud of it. Why'd you go and do that? By the way, I haven't actually gotten around to finishing Ending 2 yet and uploading that. So technically only one person knows that something specific got spoiled for me. And that's the guy that I sometimes play Fortnite with. If you've seen those videos on my channel, you'll see him. I actually got to play with him again and actually talk to him on a mic. So so technically at the moment he's the only one that knows. He said, "Oh, you got robbed, man." Damn you, Loser City, you bastards. Wait a year or something. Wait 1 or 2 years before you start spoiling shit. Why'd you go and do that? The light coming in offended my blackened heart, and my window became a canvas into a new darkness in my life. I am now my own greatest work of art, a living piece of despair. Oh, Raptor Jesus. Olivia, you're not a living art exhibit. You got sad and painted your window black. It's a performance piece. Half the time women they get naked and run around weirdly when they do those. The one that was featured on Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst, I don't know which episode. That was probably the most normal and coherent performance art piece I've ever seen. So there's that. Don't ask what I look up on the internet. Jesus Christ. There's some weird shit out there. Now turn the light back off. Not happening. There I am. Again. I go and sit by her on the bed. She leans up a little and offers a spot closer to her. Hey, you okay? I don't know. I take the spot, feeling the bed sink beneath me. God. Olivia takes the blankets she's wrapped up in and bundles them higher on herself. Goodness. What's all this paper for? Nothing. They're all for nothing. Come on, you know what I mean. I pick up the torn cover of a notebook and see that it's dated for 3 years ago. Have you been looking through these all day? Her head bobs in a meek nod. There sure is a lot. There's not enough. I should have done more. Her teeth clench when an involuntary hiccup escapes her. God. I may as well just forget all of it. It's all useless. It crushes me to see her like this. But maybe getting her to talk about it will help her. Just a bit. I'd like to hear more. Olivia sniffles a bit and reaches a hand out, grasping in the air, towards one of the pages in front of her. I lean forward to bring it closer. There's a soft, whistling sigh while her watery eyes scan over the page. Yeah. See this one? Her hand shakily pokes through her blanket cocoon, landing on a crumpled page of a highly detailed palm. Idekin, he sketched that for me to show me how he draws hands. I see it. That's definitely his work. It is, isn't it? I never would have gotten anywhere without him. And now, I watch her bite back the urge to tear up. Hell, I probably wouldn't have stuck with art in general. I wanted him to be there when I made it. Made it? Yeah, made it. Across the finish line, you know. Well, now he won't be able to see me fail either. Her mocking laughter is hollow as tears bud in at her eyes. Come on, don't say that. What's this one? That one. That's from when I was struggling with form. I had to go back to the fundamentals for a bit. Sounds tough. It was tedious, but he made it fun. How about there's a spiral dated back to her freshman year in arm's reach. This one. Oh, that one's embarrassing. I was barely able to draw back then. I don't judge. You've seen my work. How could I? Olivia silently pages through the bound notebook, recalling a memory associated with every page. With each turn of the page, her voice grew hoarser. Her hands tremble, and her breaths are shorter and harsher. And when she comes to a sterile white page, Olivia breaks. I draw her into a hug as she cries. The poor girl crumples completely, all her energy now going to her sorrowful wails. My own eyes sting, but I have to be strong, for Olivia's sake. There's no words to her cries, only her regrets and anguish giving voice in loud screams. Those don't last as her voice gives out, finally spent. She's now left simply letting her tears flow freely and onto the blanket and my jacket. The notebook that she held onto finally releases, her tense grip having broken the binding and letting the pages drift downward individually. I don't know what Olivia was trying to do, but once the last page has drifted down to the bed, and I don't know what Olivia was trying to do, but once the last page has drifted back down to the bed, and her full body weight was pressing against my chest. If it weren't for the wall behind me, I'd be on my back and held down by the tired girl. With my head practically on top hers, I feel the last remnants of her shuddering gasp. This didn't work. I'm such an idiot. Why would it? She doesn't want to be thinking about Idekin, moron. Okay, plan B. I clearly can't do this alone. Hey, let's go into the living room, alright? No. Come on, it's too dark in here. How long will you keep the window like that? Forever? Come on, that can't be healthy. You need sunlight. Olivia protests by digging into my shoulder with her muzzle. Guts need sunlight too. A long sigh. She knows I'm right. Promise to clean it up later? Okay. Thanks. Really, I think we should head into the living room. Will you come with me? No, I want to stay here. Please. Dang it. Okay, can I at least pick out a movie or something from the living room? She nods her head in response. Alright, do you need anything else? There's some soda in the fridge. Bring some for both of us. Alright. I move my legs over to the edge of the bed and hop off. Olivia gasps as the blanket comes up with me. Okay, I did it for you. Oh my God. You weren't supposed to see that. Olivia? Are you alright? What happened? Olivia hides her tear-marked face with her hands in shame. I tried to walk. You what? Her hands drop along with her head. I don't know. With eyes drained of life, she stares at the mess of papers before her. Everything's gone. Nothing makes sense anymore. All I have is this hollow feeling. And I wasn't thinking at all, and... Olivia looks up at me again, eyes pleading for something. I try for a miracle, okay? Do you blame me? I don't know what to say. Does it hurt? I'm fine, it just tingles. Maybe that means there's still some feeling below my knee. Isn't that good? No, it's not. We need a first aid kit or something. Ingo, it's not even that bad. What if it gets infected? I watch as Olivia gets ready to protest, but finally sighs in defeat. Fine, just get it over with. I'll go get Sophia. She probably knows how to... No! Why not? I don't want him to know, okay? Olivia, I'm not a doctor. I can't even remove a splinter without screwing everything up. Olivia casts her look aside. Man, she's not intending to follow up on this at all. I'll be right back, okay? Olivia softly whines. With haste, I quietly leave the room to search for anything that might be able to help. After rummaging through the house's medicine cabinet and freezer, I managed to find an ice pack, a first aid kit, and neolithin. Damien's not around. He's probably in his room still. Alright, this should hopefully be enough. I return to find Olivia exactly where I left her. The first aid kit is placed on the bed next to her. Olivia averts her gaze away from me as I tend to her wound. Grabbing the neolithin, I squeeze a dollop of the medicinal cream on the injury and spread it evenly. Then I apply the ice pack to the wound and wrap the whole thing up with gauze, making sure to not make it too tight. Although my work is clumsy, it takes 3 or 4 tries and maybe 10 minutes to get it right. Alright, I think that should do it. Let me know if it gets too cold. I look up to see Olivia still looking away from me, giving her best pouty expression. I know you don't like being taken care of, but I don't want you to get hurt. Yeah, well, it's still weird. I place a gentle hand on the side of her snout, gently coaxing her to look back at me. Feeling better? She still tries to look annoyed, even as I use my thumb to caress her cheek. Eventually, the last of her defenses fall, and a faint, pained smile forms across her face as she nestles further into my hand. Yeah, a bit. Good. With that taken care of, I finally breathe a sigh of relief. Now to figure out the next issue. How to get her to the living room. She's definitely not going to do her silly knee walk. Not with how her knee currently looks like the world's largest grape. That left only one real option. Oh boy. Oh Lord, Mama. Oh Lordy. Lordy me. Forgive me, legs, for what you're about to go through. She's a big girl. Oh my God. Fuck. God, you're heavy. With the utmost care, I slowly stride into the living room with Olivia in my arms. I can feel her claws dig into the back of my jacket, and her tail bumping against my leg. Getting her through her door was a struggle, but Olivia coaches me through it and even shuts the door with her tail. Damien's lying on the couch, engrossed in some game. He turns to see us at the sound of Olivia's door closing. Hey, there you guys are. Vinny waves from the recliner. Liv, Inky. Do you think he's going to end up burning that shirt at some point? Oh. Man, when Shadman drew that one piece, I was surprised. I was like, wow, that's different than. Oh my God. That's a new one. Oh boy. Good Lord. That's no good. He must have gotten home while I was bandaging Olivia's leg. Hey guys. Why am I still having her in my arms? Why won't I just sit down? Oh. Why are you carrying her like that? He must have gotten home while I was bandaging Olivia's leg. Hey, Gus. Why are you carrying her like that? My wheelchair is busted, remember? I know, but you always like to scoot around on your knees. For a moment, Olivia and I lock eyes, not knowing how to answer. Inky's just helping Liv is all, Vin. Oh, thank goodness he's caught on. What? Practicing what? Ah, 'cause they're practicing, right? What does that mean? Practicing what? Something like that. That doesn't mean dating, does it? Anyways, Damien moves his legs to make room for Olivia. Scared the fucking piss and vinegar out of me. Damien moves his legs to make room for Olivia. Well, have a seat. So, what's up? I set her down on the couch. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. My back. Oh, slipped a disc. Just wanted to be out here for a while, get some extra company. For sure, for sure. Well, I'm just wiping the floor with Vinny and War Club 40M here. Timing. He's not. Might switch over to something else soon if this bore fest doesn't end. You want to give it a shot? The comment is directed at Olivia. It ricochets to me when he doesn't get a response. Well, I don't play games much at all, but sure. Come on, Olivia, I'll need a mentor. I'll look to Olivia, who merely nods at the Damien mini-me. Awesome. Now grab the other controllers. Vinny uses the footrest of the recliner as a springboard to the plastic bin of controllers. I can't wait for there to be a bunch of weird issues that you can't sort out, and it takes like 10 damn minutes to figure out to get every controller connected and working on the damn game. It's like every time you watch a YouTube video that has multiple people in it, they always have weird ass issues. They have to cut it out. With the younger boy busy, Olivia takes the opportunity to readjust herself, sliding herself closer until she's hip to hip with me. There you go. Vinny offers 2 translucent controllers. Old rock candy, where will we be without you? While I take one, Olivia holds up her hand. I'll sit this one out for now, little man. Okay. Controller in hand, I give the brothers a thumbs up. It is time to game. All eyes on the screen now. We start. And I have no clue what is happening. There's so much happening on the screen. I can't even tell which section of the screen I'm in. All I can tell is that there's a lot of green things screaming in Cockney and a lot of Viscera. I don't think this is appropriate for Vinny. I don't... no parents give a shit. Do they? But then again, he's really getting into it. Don't say things like that. Darn those dirty green skins. Don't worry, brother, they'll be cleansed with holy fire. In the corner of my eye, Olivia is leaning forward. She's slowly becoming engrossed in the mayhem on display, and her tail thumps with a massive stomp our in-game avatar delivers to the green shouty things. Focus back on the screen, the fiery particle effects and heavy blams continue. I don't know how long it went, but just that by the end of the stage, or whatever, there were cramps in my hand and spots I never knew could cramp. Some animation plays out on the screen, giving me a reprieve to set the controller down on my lap. So, how'd I do? You see the rank on the screen by your guy there? No, there's only one next to yours and Vinny's. Well, there you go. Oh. You sucked pretty bad. You sucked pretty bad. Give me mine. I pick up her controller on the floor and she takes it. I hope all of them are properly charged. You just go to somebody else's house and everything's just fucked up. like nothing properly works, and it's just how do you live like this? I pick up her controller on the floor and she takes it. With some practiced motions, she enters the match. Alright, I'll show you how you really play this game. Now with Olivia in our squad, she manages to pick up my slack. Watching Olivia play, and with her tutorship, I start to get the hang of the game. For a moment, I look away from the virtual bloodshed and see that Olivia is enjoying herself. Surrounded by her folks playing this silly game for a few hours. Just for a while, she's feeling a little better. A few games later, there's a knock at the door. Vinny jumps up and to get it. Vinny jumps up to get it. Hey, Dad. The figure stumbles in through the blizzard and removes his heavy jacket. Was I supposed to do something? I seem to have forgotten. Jesus, weather. Hey, all. Bingo. Didn't expect you to still be here. Good evening, Randy. Randy tosses down the bag of salt that's on his shoulder to the living room floor with a loud thud. Playing games together, I see. I hope that means you all got your homework all squared away. Yeah, it's taken care of. Vinny threw his in the garbage disposal, though. I didn't. See, he's denying it. War Club, huh? You've probably gotten more use out of that game than me by now. Okay, wow. Nah, your record's still here. Want to join us? Randy sucks the air in through his teeth. Tempting, very tempting. But it's my turn to figure out dinner tonight. Come on, Pops. You barely get time to relax like this. I know, but the rules are rules. Plus, I'd hate to have your mom cook after enduring all that cold. Poor thing is more frozen than an ice cube. Something warm does sound good about right now. Right about now. I just remembered. Hold on, I think I got something. Aha! I hold out the coupon I was compensated with from the... art contest. 2 large 2-topping pizzas for $13. I'm unsure if Damien or Vinny's face lights up more at the mention of pizza, but Randy outshines both by the insane price drop. Even Olivia's heartbeat slightly intensifies. Holy moly, that real? When I bought Shredder's Revenge, it came with like a like a free pizza coupon for Pizza Hut. And when I finally decided, you know what, I'm gonna use that coupon, it expired like the month before or something like that. And it was a long-lasting one too. Anyways, holy moly, that real? I pass it over to him. I've been saving it for a while. Seems like a pretty good time. Alright, let's make it a pizza party then. Randy takes a moment to dial the number and make the order. I go check in on Olivia, who looks just as ecstatic as the Payne brothers. It's just pizza. It's just pizza. No need to hyperventilate. I so need this right now. It'll still be about a half hour. What's your favorite? Anchovies. Really? Yeah, they don't sell much these days, though. Something to keep in mind. Randy finishes his call and gives a celebratory fist bump. Your lifesaver, Inko. I was planning on getting together some sashimi or something. Sophia said she finally wanted to try my specialty. Phew. We got 2 large meat lovers coming in. And this place is pretty fancy. They got that stuff you like, Olivia. So I asked for an extra pie, piled high with as much as they can put on it. Olivia's face beams with joy. The end of her tail wagging like an excited puppy's. Alright, the king is in the house. Someone give me a turn. I forfeit my controller to the patriarch. He gracefully takes it and shoos Vinny off of his seat. The little one repositions himself on the carpet. The way life is meant to be. As I watch the family play together, I feel a pang of jealousy. Especially as Randy and the brothers banter with one another, really getting into their on-screen characters. While Olivia remains silent, I see a smile tugging at her lips as her fingers hammer away on her controller's buttons. I try to picture my own family in their places, but the image is so surreal that it could be displayed as a piece of modern art. Shaking off those thoughts, I return my focus to the television and the hyperviolence on display. Still no clue what's happening on screen. I want to ask Randy about what War Club is all about, especially with all the funny accents being thrown around. Maybe Olivia can fill me in later, but as far as I can tell, it's just dudes in the silliest looking armor fighting really ugly aliens that happen to have British accents. Randy, I thought you'd be trying to prep those fish I'd bought by now. Change of plans. Inko threw us an offer I couldn't refuse. It's a pizza party now. The Dino Patriarch looks at his watch, and as if summoned by the simple gesture of a series of knocks sound off from the front door. That would be our dinner. Randy heads for the door with a hand already reaching for his wallet. Pizza party? Christmas isn't until next month. Isn't it a little early to start with this sort of thing? Of course not. There's always time for a little fun. It's Friday night. Randy returns with the boxes stacked on his arms. Let's dance. He sets the boxes on the kitchen table and hands his wife the used coupon. Wow, alright then. See? Okay, everyone, get a plate and get some. Feel free to make a mess if you want cleanup duty. Okay. Damien and Vinny leap from their positions and have their plates in a blink of an eye. The air is filled with the delicious scent of sauce and cheese as Randy opens up all the boxes. Damien and Vinny immediately dive for the meat lover's pizza like ravenous sharks. The pepperoni. Ooh. The pepperoni and sausage pizza on the table looks appealing, but Randy passes a plate with a slice of anchovy pizza over to Olivia. Thanks, Uncle Randy. Dang, the anchovy one actually looks pretty good. I don't want to get up to get my own plate, though. Say, Olivia, could I try one of... Oh... Mine. I count the fingers on my hand to make sure it's still intact. Oh, come on. I just want to see what it's like. Ah, that old glower. Good luck with that, Inko. I consider what I could do to get Olivia to share. And I recall something so long ago that it feels like a lifetime ago. I slowly reach for Olivia again. She bares her teeth at me. But instead of going towards the box, my hand lands on her tail. Then slowly pets the muscular appendage. The tip of her tail starts to wag happily, and the Gator girl's anger melts away, only to flare up when she pulls her tail away from me. Aye. Her face is red with embarrassment. Can I have a bite now? No. Her mouth snaps shut as my hand reaches for her tail again. There you go. I give the appendage a gentle scritch this time, and it's once again pulled away. How about... Okay, I get it. She pouts but holds a slice out for me to bite. The pizza is absolutely smothered beneath the pepperoni and anchovies. But only one bite. With how greasy this looks, I don't think I'd survive a second. Still, I bring the plate close and slide the pizza to the edge, taking a sampling bite from it. Good, right? Absolutely. I feel the need to ravenously devour the single slice now, but instead choose to savor the flavor with minuscule bites. Yeah, holy crap, this is good. It is, but that's the only bite you're getting. You sure? I wiggle my fingies, my little piggies at her, and she promptly swats my hand. No, I mean, yes. She tries to hold a glare, but I can see her lips quivering with mirth. I hand her back the plate, and she resumes consuming her extra fishy slice. Damien hands me another plate, this time with a slice covered with various meats. And while that one was still delicious, the indirect kiss flavored anchovy pizza was still the best thing I'd ever tried. Of all time. The festivities continued even after the pizzas were finished. I never have pizza often, but whoever this Mo fella is, hands down makes the best in town. Mamma mia, papa mia, something something, diarrhea. Inside, Damien and Vinny decide to break out a plethora of different party games for us to play. No one bothered to keep track of time. We all were too enraptured by the pixelated entertainment before us. Which is how I'd missed my last chance home. Mrs. Payne didn't look too upset, though. In fact, I think they expected me to spend the night again. Especially with how Randy had been so quick to pull out some blankets and pillows for me. Both of the parents insisted I stay, and it's not like I could realistically walk home. So once again, I'm staying over, and currently sat at the foot of the couch with Olivia, and we're both bundled up to stave off the chilly winter night. The soft, growling growling purr that Olivia makes when she's content has become almost therapeutic to me. So, how are you feeling? Better. Thank you. For dragging me out here. I didn't know how much I needed it. I'm glad. Her palms wrap around my left hand, and she gives me a gentle smile, followed by a colossal yawn. You ready to hit the hay? She shakes her head. I don't want to go back into my room. I want to stay out here with you. Randy would probably kill me. I'll bite him back. Come on, I'll see you in the morning. Olivia yawns again, driving her to accept her need for sleep. After carrying Olivia to her room, I sleep on the couch once more. As I lay on that couch, parsing through the past few days, the thoughts warp into a dream. Yeah, it was last night. I had a dream where, for some reason, I had Olivia over my shoulder helping her walk. So there's that. Did I talk about the Rosa dream? My phone's dead, and I can't charge it because the charger's fucked up. So if I get that fixed, I can access the note that I typed in when I woke up, detailing as much as I could remember from the dream, and I'll read that out. One in which Olivia and I both stood before that park fountain, making a happy wish for the future. Taking a seat at the table, I began scrolling through my phone's feed while shoveling cereal into my mouth. I'm barely a minute in before I realize that I'm not even reading anything on my phone screen. There are words, but they aren't saying anything. Just paragraphs of probably fake personal events and vague calls to action. Have they always been this vapid? I decide to finish my breakfast without any literary TV static distracting me. With descriptions like that, I'm absolutely sure I'd rather sit out any game involving Vinny. Soon enough, I feel a distinct vibration in my pocket. Pulling out my phone again, I check my notifications to see a text message from Olivia. Ding dong, room service. Come drag me out of bed. Sure. I figured she'd need some help. After all, there's no way she's dragging herself anywhere with that knee. I excuse myself from the living room and head towards Olivia's room, with Damien giving me an approving nod. I make sure to knock twice before letting myself in. Morning, sleepyhead. Morning, stupid head.
Major fracture detected.
She dealt a blow. With Olivia's wounded knee, I'll play BioShock Infinite on this channel at some point. And at least the first one, too. Carrying her is even more difficult than before. It was called Wounded Knee, right? In that game. Whatever that lore place they're talking about is. I hate to admit it, but I almost dropped her at least twice on the way. Thank Raptor Jesus for Coach Solly's training. But at last, we're here. Welcome back to the land of the living. Morning, Livia. Olivia, eyes still closed, mumbles out what sounds like a good morning as I sit her down on the couch. Yeah, okay. How are you feeling? Alright, I guess. Still a bit groggy. What about, I pat my knee, which Olivia seems to pick up on. Alright, feels a bit better. Tingly feeling's gone, but it still looks swollen. We might need to redress it, then. Hopefully it should be more manageable by Monday. By the way, what did you do with the ice pack? Oh, Guts is using it as a waterbed. Sure hope it doesn't pop. Stagnant ice pack water sounds terrible to be in. It's been a little while, I know. I also got this. Still, that's at least a week of her not stepping foot outside. Damien was only half joking about us going to the winter formal, and that's definitely a good idea. But first... Hey, Olivia. When you get your wheelchair back, you can go anywhere. Where do you want to go? Anywhere. Wait, so you're asking me out? She falls eerily silent as she turns her head towards me, eyes wide open. Yeah, I'm asking you out on a date. I'll take you wherever you like. Oh. Olivia's mouth opens and closes while she looks at me in astonishment. Olivia, you okay? Oh, fuck. Oof. I find myself trying not to laugh. Olivia threw herself at me in the strongest hug I'd ever felt. Her arms and even her tail are wrapped around me, pressing me tightly against her as she laughs in that cute gremlin giggle of hers. And while that giggling is infectious, my face is pressed against Olivia's ample bosom where, okay, we are actually going there. Good God. Come on, you guys, get a room. No, too happy. Getting a little hard to breathe now. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is a way to go out. Gosh, this is the first good thing to happen in forever. I can't even move my arms. Olivia's got them against my own sides. Wait, she's shifting. Oh God, we're on our sides now, and I can finally pull my head up enough to take in some air. Oh, so what? Oh, sweet death roll. Yeah. So that's what's happening as I feel my... You ever see that video of one alligator or crocodile, whatever they were, doing that to another one, and it rips its arm off, and it's just like, bro, why'd you do that? It's kind of fucked up, dude. Why? Oh my gosh. Ooh. So that's what's happening, as I feel myself flipped over Olivia for a split second, and then I'm back to being beneath her. And then back again, with just enough time to breathe. Olivia, we haven't even decided where to go. I feel like I'm on some kind of personal carnival ride, being spun wildly around across the living room floor in Olivia's arms. It's fun, but it's very dizzying, and it might accidentally cause me to break my neck. When the Gator finally tires herself out, I find myself laid atop her. And while I should feel very embarrassed about our compromising position, I'm grinning ear to ear, looking down at my equally happy and lighthearted girlfriend beneath me. You good, Inko? Pretty wild response. You asked where a date would be. You just asked where a date would be. Doesn't matter. Her voice shrinks. Wait a minute. One more time. Her voice shrinks enough so that even as close as I am to her, I can barely make it out. I was hoping for so long. Seeing that gentle smile of hers, it sets my heart aflutter. So, where did you want to go? You decide. I got nothing. Me? Somewhere I can take Olivia to really show her a good time. How about a picnic? See if it warms up a bit and check out some of the more scenic places around. Volcadera is beautiful. I want to explore it a bit. So do I. For a brief moment, the connection between Olivia and I feels stronger than ever as we stare into each other's eyes until she goes right back into keeping me in her warm, scaly embrace. Sure, it was right in the middle of the living room with Damien still present, but none of that matters to me. Okay, that is new. The rest of our day was spent in that living room, playing more games on the old TV. Hours flew by, and Olivia kept switching up games. I just get up, go over there, eject the disc, put another one in. You know these people probably rely on GameStop a whole lot. Even though it's such shit, man. My God. I think she was trying to find something that I would particularly enjoy. Or at least be good at. Shame, then, that I seem to have been born lacking any gaming talents at all. We all still had fun, at least. When the sun began to set, though, I decided I should head home. I needed a shower and a change of clothes, and both of Damien's parents were still out. It felt bad when I left Damien's place that night. Or rather, I felt bad looking at Olivia as I walked away from his house. It only grew worse as I went from the metro to my quiet neighborhood and ultimately our empty home. Yeah, this is all kind of the same, but I'll do it anyways. Seeing the small pile of letters at the front door made me realize what that feeling was. Loneliness. Maybe I should have just waited to ask the Paynes if I could spend the entire weekend. If I did that, would I be overstaying my welcome? I don't want to abuse their hospitality after all. Bing! Withdrawing my phone from my pocket, I see that Olivia just sent me a new doodle. You need to practice more. Coming tomorrow? Well, I can handle a little loneliness for now. Sure. Kicking my door closed, I head for my computer so I can continue talking to her online. I lose track of how much time we spent instant messaging and sharing videos, but by the time I check my computer's clock, I realize it's past midnight. I didn't even go through my typical routine of checking for updates to my forums and blogs. Odd how that works. Shoot, I'm gonna be exhausted tomorrow. Totally worth it. The next few days went very similar to the first. Visiting the Paynes residence and hanging out with Olivia's family became my new routine after school. On Monday, I got around to shoveling the snow off the driveway like Randy had asked me for. It was a little bit laborious to do, but it felt good to get it done. Hopefully Archie won't take the bent one and straighten it out for you. Wait a minute. Okay. Felt even more rewarding when Randy thanked me with some sashimi he mentioned during the weekend. Eventually, I'd gotten in the habit of leaving sticky notes for my parents, letting them know where I was. A reverse double D with the sticky notes. Not that they care too much as long as I'm not that they care too much as long as I'm home by bedtime. I won't lie, spending most of my afternoons watching Vinny and Damien yell at the TV wasn't particularly entertaining, but Olivia's presence was enough for me. On Friday, though, while Vinny and Damien were preoccupied by a foam sword duel in the backyard, I decided to plan for our date. It's like that one episode of World of Quest or Adventures of Quest. Which I wonder if there's any place on the internet you can actually download it. Because I watch that all the time. Like every weekend. I've only ever seen it mentioned once. I think I'm the only person that cares about it. God. I might also make a video going over WB and CW kids stuff from that era. Yeah. I remember when Johnny Test was brand spanking new, Jesus Christ. Anyways. I decided to plan for our date. The weather that weekend was supposed to be warm, and I managed to convince Olivia that this would be our last chance for a real picnic. That only leaves the location. We've been arguing well into the night over text, trying to decide where to go. I think the beach would be nice. No way. The marine layer will screw with the weather. How about we go back to the arcade? Seriously? The place smelled horrible. You're right. There's nowhere worth going in Volcadera Bluffs anyway. Volcadera Bluffs, huh? Does Volcadera actually have bluffs? Yeah, Tubby, the place was named after them. Have you ever seen them? Everybody knows birds aren't real. They're just satellites for the government. No. That sounds perfect then. But those are ages away. Come on. It'll be fun to get away from home for a bit. Fine. I'll be over in the morning then. Okay, sure. Nighty-night. Sorry. I let my phone rest on my bed as I smile to myself. I'll have to look up where exactly the bluffs are in the morning, but I'm sure they'll look nice. And if not, well, there ought to be something exciting there.